Hello everyone and welcome back to AW Programming and Lectures. In today's lecture, we will cover alphabet problem 4 and this will be our required output. So let's begin. Now let's discuss the solution. So let's first declare our variables. Let me just write char y and z which will be used for loops, and then I'll declare another variable k for printing extra values. So I'll initialize k with a. So now let's start our loop. So I'll write for y equals to e, and then I'll write y to be less than, sorry, y greater than a, and then I'll decrement my y. So in this loop, I'll just simply write for z to be equal to a, and then to be z to be less than y, and then z increment. Now I'll just simply print my z, so I'll just write printf, and then I'll write %c, which is used for printing characters, and then I'll write my variable, which is z. So now let's run it and see the output which we get. Okay, so I missed um, okay, so I also need to write printf, and then I'll just write /n over here. So now let's run it and see the output. So yes, as you guys can see, we have got the half part of our code. So now for printing CBA, and then similarly BC, then BA, then A over here, what we need to do is we will first add spaces over here, and then we'll just start printing here. So let's first create our loop for printing spaces. So I'll just write for z equals to y, and then I'll just write if my z is less than e, to then increment my z. So now in this thing, you guys have to take care of one thing, is that if you guys are using, what we have to take care is where we need to add a single space or double space. So if the condition arises like the where our uh, z loop becomes equal to the while loop, we'll print a single space, otherwise we will use of double space. So for getting better clarification, I'll just write my single space with, I'll just be denoting my single space with, you can say, stars. So I'll just write star over here, and for donating uh, double space, I'll just write in the else part printf, and then I'll just write, you can say, I'll use hash. So I'll just use two hashes over here. So now let's run it and see the things which we get. So yes, as you guys can see, so we have got spaces over here. So you can also do this by without using, you can say, these things, like printing double space. But then what you guys would have to take care is you will just run one loop which will just print star over here, and then another star over here, then star, and similarly star over here. So which is easy. And another time what you have to do is that you have to run another loop. We will just print three values over here, so that is this hash, this hash, and this hash. So what I have done is I have just basically eliminated, you can say, running two loops. So instead of you can say implementing two loops for just for printing, I have made use of one loop. So in this way you guys can make one loop. So now what I need, what is left is just to print my remaining items. So I'll just simply write for z equals to y again, and this time I'll just write to be z to be greater than my a, and then I'll just keep on decrementing my z. So in this loop, you guys need to take care of another thing, that is if the condition arises that our y is e, because we have started our while loop with e, and we don't need to print anything like which is e. So what can we do is, so we'll just simply write a condition. If our y becomes equal to, you can say, the character e, so what we will do is, so we'll just simply, you can say, write a loop which will start with from c. So how can I do this? So I'll just write my loop to be for z equals to c. So I'll just simply write vector c over here, and then I'll just write my z to be greater than a. Now I'll just decrement my loop. Similarly, I'll just write printf, and then I'll use %c tag, and then I'll just write z over here. So after this is done, so in the else part of my z loop, what will I do is, I'll just simply write for z equals to y minus 1. Okay, so then I'll write z to be greater than. So this is done. You can see there's nothing fancy about this loop. It's basically what these two conditions are doing is, my while loop is starting with e. So what is e? Is basically e is a character. So if I don't make use of this thing is, I'll start my, you can say, I'll get my loops with, you can say, e. I don't want that. So you guys can also have an error is that, in our output, or you can say the required output, we have got a b c d, and then we got c p a. So won't it give an error that we are just checking for e? So you can see in the else part, if my y doesn't come out to be, you can say, e, I'll automatically decrement my y with 1. So what will happen is, imagine if my y came out to d, so what will my z become here? So my z will automatically become c over here. So we don't need to check anything. So let's just run it and see what we get. So yes, as you guys can see, we are getting the required output. So there is one more thing which we need to do is, we now just need to eliminate these things. So let me just delete these and use spaces. Okay, we are not getting a over here. So what will I need to do is, I'll just need to write equal to over here to make sure that my loop goes till a. So now let's run it. So yes, as you guys can see, it gives us the required output. So thank you everyone for watching my video, and if you guys like my channel, please like, subscribe, comment and share. Thank you.